So this video is all about balance because this is the infinity symbol. Let me just move aside so you can connect with the power of the connection point, which is where my head is sitting at. There. Okay, so the infinity symbol, we know what it's all about. It's infinite. It's the balance between all life. It's the flow. Okay. We connect with the Great Sphinx with this symbol. Okay. We run the energy, all divine flow. Even the twin flame energies and everything like that is all connected to the infinity symbol. So, for example, just a little sidebar note to do with the twin flames, usually when we have like powerful connections with our counterparts where everything is sweet and it's popping off and it's lovely, it's there. Okay. So then what happens is we have this here. And then as we move, because where energy's moving, they go off that way, you go off that way, and you start to travel like that. And then you come back and it's sweet again. And then there's all the stuff to learn again, and you kind of go, and there's this kind of like inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. There's this expansion and contraction, expansion and contraction. And I suppose you could liken that to the death, surrender, a rebirth, resurrection process, because here is where you be reborn, okay, where you would step into resurrection. It's amazing. But you don't just stop there because you're like, well, I've completed a lesson now. Okay, I'm going to just sit here like a blob of energy and just be for the rest of my lives. No, you continue to learn, you continue to grow. So sweet spot, reborn, probably go through some shadow stuff. Oh my God, need to kind of like let go of this so I can actually surrender, go into the rebirth and be resurrected again. And so it ensues. You know what I mean? So that the infinity symbol is very, very powerful when it comes to kind of like guiding us to being in alignment with the ebbs and flows of life. And that is what our existence is all about. It wasn't, people say to me all the time, oh, you're so spiritual, you're so connected, you must have zero problems in your life. That's not what it's about. It's about navigating the energy and frequencies and distortions, because that's what life throws at you. But it's actually becoming a master, knowing when to duck, knowing when to lie down, knowing when to run at it. And do you know what I mean? Just knowing when to sit there and have a little bit of a cry if you need to, because this too shall pass and everything is temporary. Do you know what I mean? So that is how we become a master of our own existence as a physical being, a light body, light body incarnate in a physical being. So that is what life is all about. So the infinity symbol is a very, very powerful place to start with this video. So we're talking about balance. Here's the infinity. We're also talking about boundaries as well. So boundaries, as soon as we say boundaries, we instantly think of somebody who's going to come and take, kind of bully you or take something from you. You're going to have your boundaries in and everything like that. Yeah, that is a thing. But how do we enforce those boundaries so they naturally just sit? And we are in this beautiful template, a physical form, connected as above, so below. So I'm going to go into that now, because that is all about your inner solid foundation. Because if you know thyself and you really are okay with your oneness wisdom, and you kind of like you're here rather than out there, you're in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, then all is well, right? So if your inner core and foundation is strong, then it doesn't matter who, what, where comes at you. You're not going to get knocked off course. So the whole thing is basically strengthening that inner core foundation. How does that happen? Well, that's when you've let your higher self lead. That's when you've allowed your physical self to kind of like tag team with them and kind of like take their position by being the one that implements the ideas from the higher self. That is how this infinity symbol works. You could put that in there, higher self and Marie physical, and we're vibing like this and everything's amazing and awesome. And my higher self is like, hey, there's a big clanger coming your way. I need you to duck. So you get the information before time and I duck. And then I know how to move through it like the Matrix. And then she'll say, right, joy code's coming. You're safe. You can play where you go. And I get told to go off into life and have a good time. And I do that as well. So that is how it works. That is the infinity symbol, right? So boundaries actually comes from that very, very solid connection with you, with your higher self, which means if you've got that, then you're deeply connected to source, as above, so below. Here's you in the middle, solid, right? That is the divine balance, okay? When we are out of whack with that, things go a little bit tits up. You know what I mean? So I'm here to talk to you how we hold our center in all that is going on around us. Because if you think about it, right, the infinity symbol helps us with our boundaries with everything that we do. So if we are happy with our flow coming in and around sweet spot, because there's your center and foundation, happy and around sweet spot, center and foundation. Do you know what I mean? So there's that inhale and exhale again, as I say. So think about that when we talk about past, future, you're here. X marks the spot. As above, cosmos, so below, Gaia, you're here. X marks the spot. Now, if you are in the cosmos too much and you're not coming to land, you're going to be having a terrible time out here. Like, you know what I mean? You can't get back to there. So you're probably more on one side of this infinity symbol, kind of stuck, stagnated, not in the flow. So you need to come back and address your position in all of this, because that's true balance, right? So if we think about like the future or the past, maybe you're somebody who just loves to do past life readings all the time, constantly doing those. And that can happen, actually. We spend too much time in the past really unpacking in detail about what's happened in the past, but then we focus on the shadow of what we don't want, the trauma, and then we find ourselves also stuck back there, focusing on our lack, focusing on how did we get to be so wounded in that area. So remember, what you actually perceive is what you receive. So that's where you get stuck in past lives, and you keep looping. Probably on this side or this side, not in a sweet spot. Same thing, thinking about the future on a shadow sense, too much anxiety. Everything's like, oh my God, but what if, what if, what if? Again, you're probably on this side, not able to get into flow to the sweet spot. So past, future, a healthy relationship with that. Yeah, do a little bit of looking behind you. Number one, to see how far you've come. Number two, maybe you do need a bit of information from the Akashic records, and you need to know what happened on that past life just for a second to give you the tools to be able to embody here. Okay. And it's the same as in the future. Do you know what I mean? You want to connect with your future self who's saying, hey, the water's warm, got a cocktail, life is great. So, you know, what are you seeding now there to create your future? But don't get stuck and worried about the future, because the thing is, if you do that, you're just going to loop again and create what you don't want. So what I'm essentially saying is boundaries and balance is all about your deep connection with you, your Heka, your position in where you place yourself in this beautiful divine matrix. And I mean matrix in the possible, in the positive sense of the word, not the negative. Where are you on the infinity symbol? You know what I mean? And are you in flow? So I love using symbols. I love using structure. That is how I kind of like birthed Heka Codes through me, because the Heka Codes are split into three, because it's all about alchemy. It's about vision. It's about coming into land, and it's about manifestation. So it's like, for me, the symbols, and I work a lot with Metatron's Cube to do that, because it's an activation symbol to bring thoughts into things. It also activates your being into being in a harmonious balance, which is exactly the same frequency match with that of the universe. Same with the infinity symbol. Now you can connect in and go, hang on a minute. It gets rid of all the distortion and all the confusing stuff, because your head can get really wrapped up in the spiritual shindig path that we're on. But now if you actually say, well, where am I on the infinity symbol? Have I ever even been here? And was I here? Do you know what I mean? Because there's no problem in being here. You can be centered here, but allowing your energy to move here. So if I stand up here, isn't that beautiful? Let's put the infinity symbol there. Look, I've got wings. Okay, well, that's a vibe. You know what I mean? Or I've got very big ears, whatever way you want to look at it. But you see what I'm saying? As you look at this visually, in all seriousness, if I drop down a little bit, you can, in your meditations, use the infinity symbol to clear through your third eye, to bring any blockages that may be here, move it through, maybe here. So remember, left and right. Left is your spiritual side, your emotional side. Right is your physical side. Maybe you're stuck over here, too much doing. You can sense and feel and use the energy of the symbol to move it along, just like blocked pipes. You know what I mean? Do the same with your heart. Do the same in your sacral, wherever this fits with you. Okay. So if you think about it, I've been talking a lot about the Great Sphinx, okay, and how we work with the Great Sphinx's energy and everything like that. We connect with the Great Sphinx to access one of the things that the Great Sphinx gives us, which is the access to the Akashic libraries. So the way we connect with that is we start to run the infinity symbol through us, through the Great Sphinx, through us, through the Great Sphinx. And it gives us a perfect like entry system running the energy. So think about that. So now you're connecting deeply in with the Sphinx as you're meditating, talking to the Sphinx about the libraries. Toth appears. Yep. What do you need to know? I've got my libraries here. What do you want? And then all of a sudden the information comes to you a lot fluidly. So it's almost like a delivery chute for postage of your books kind of through here. So here's you receiving. Thank you very much. Okay, so I have a message. I want to know where I should be going in my next step in this life, because I want to build an ashram in India. Is that in my mission and purpose? He'll pop a book in and he'll bring it all the way back in. So you see how information receiving and giving and transmitting and receiving, which is very great pyramid. This is how the infinity symbol can help you in a multitude of ways. And what I do encourage you to do ever such a lot is go with what really feels for you. Because the only way that I kind of tapped into this technology, because I work with the Ankh technology, I work with this symbolism, I work with Metatron's cube, and I just tapped in and I let my higher self, me, kind of like tap in and just show the ancient wisdom that I hold within, that I know how to use these symbols. So start to work with that. I'm just giving you a jump off to be able to access your let's say correction, realignment, reconfiguration for you coming into the new earth timeline now, knowing where to be. Okay, so you're here because remember, this is where the party's at, being in physical form. You want to be here. We're not getting out of here and being stuck in the cosmos anymore. And we're certainly not being too grounded that we can't get up and get moving. We need to be like in the middle, right? So a healthy balance up there, healthy balance down there and here, but we can't be like stagnant water. We need to be able to move. So bring these symbols in to help you move and sway. And like all of this stuff, all of this information, all this activation, when we're on the tablets of light tour, we work with these symbols. And this is why I share them now, for you to kind of like get access to them and kind of like activate your ancient memory of how you work with these symbols, but also for those that will eventually come on tour with me, because I know you're out there and I know it's going to happen when that time aligns. You've got a bit of a preempt of like how to work with these energies and symbols. And when we're in the temples of Egypt, i.e. Great Pyramid or whatever, Sphinx, you know, we know how to work with this technology, and it is a technology, and it's a very, very cool technology. So this is the infinity symbol, balance and boundaries, very, very powerful symbolism to help you work with your energy. So with that being said, my calls to action at the end, calling on my starseed family, Batman sign in the sky, what we got going on. Right, for the month of February, from the 9th to the 12th of February, I am going to be at the Conscious Life Expo, okay? And I'm going to be there holding space with my friend Ma, who is absolutely, like, she's got her own shop and things like that going on. She does past life readings, she does a tarot reading, she does cleanses and everything like that. I will be sat on the other side, receiving anybody that wishes to come and talk to me about and unpack their process to do with Egypt, to do with the Heka Codes, to do with tablets of light. Gives you a chance to do that. But the beautiful thing here is if you want a really deep dive, why not pop over tomorrow and have a sacred reading with her for you to best understand what your connection is with the tablets of light tour or Heka or both. And then the two can work together like that. So this is a great opportunity for you to come and see me, hang out. Now, how do you do that? You book your slot, go to my Linktree link, which will be either link in bio, or if you're watching on YouTube, it will be there. And go and book a slot, okay? 20-minute slot to come and hang out with me and chat. Now, just a heads up as well, we will be announcing nearer the time, because I will be holding Blue Lotus and Blue Lotus, that as well. Maybe that's a 2025 offering, I don't know. But Blue Lotus and cacao ceremony. Okay, it's going to be like some sound healing. It's going to be breath work, and it's going to be like Marie and Ma, Egypt, and everything else vibes. So we're going to announce those ceremonies once we've kind of locked some dates in. So hopefully you can come and join us in California if you feel called. Okay, so for now, I'm going to put the link in to book a time slot with me for the expo, and I cannot wait to meet you in person, because this is why I'm doing it. No more of this. Everything about feeling each other and actually giving each other a squeeze. Awesome. So the second thing is, of course, the Tablets of Light tour is in the 9th to the 19th of May. Now, all star seeds, which are really, really super aligned with Egypt, are now waking up, and the mission is on. So if you're feeling it, get in touch. Expo or just no-cost Zoom call. And then, of course, the Heka Codes is always alive and kicking, and I'll be announcing very, very soon. Watch out for that, the new group dates, which will be in March. But I think first things first, if you're in Cali, come and see me, yo. So anyway, looking forward to that. And yeah, and I will see you on my next video. Thanks for watching. Peace and infinity. Infinite peace. There you go. Weave that one together.